with this one, you get here, right? It's symmetrical. It's here. This way. Yeah, so the way it goes, kai, all the way up, shoulder blades. And the sun side does this, right? So we got right here, and then you close here. And then, you know how like the arm side we do this? And they do this same thing, but like this here. And it makes a wave to here, like that. So once it closes, right? And then you go roll. They don't do the whole ball. They go do you roll back. And you shift, right? And then it goes here. So you know the old Chen style, they do the, you know, the big, the Jinggang way, right? So
Buddhist warrior 10 pounds mortar or pestle or something.
Right. They do it small here. And there's a couple of versions. One version is they drop the knee in. I don't like it as much, right? They do that. The Taiwanese do it that way because they're super flexible with this. Otherwise, you just go straight down. And then you make the wave up here, and your hand goes this way. They don't do that. They do it like that. You open it.
Would you demonstrate that sequence one time?
So, from here, right? Over here.
Doesn't look like that.
It takes a while to get that.
Yeah.
Kind of open,
So
close.
I'm gonna have to buy a plane ticket and come see you for a couple of weeks.
It's more complicated.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Always, like all Tai Chi, right? The power comes from the center, qua, that area. But most forms is more, I don't know what the word is. It's like opens and closes. It's not rigid, but it's more like, I don't know what the word is actually. The Zhao Bao is in a more of a big way. Yeah, so, yeah. Or waves. And that's how all the techniques work.
So the swing, like about toe first, and heel.
And you go here, then your hip opens, closes, and you close a little. And then open, and your feet go out. And from your pelvis, you close. And there's a circle, and then it drops into that leg, right? And then your hands go roll back. And you put your foot down about 45, and you just shift your weight with your arms there. Then that has to stop. Then it has to come here, right? Up. Your hand comes straight down the middle. This is here. Then you change. You already done kind of, then you close and you open.
I don't know about the open, so I close and then
You just release it.
I just straighten a little.
Some people like, do it hard. It doesn't matter. Let the force out a little bit. You've done this before in the sun stop. The sun stop, he does this. Right? That's the move. I remember his form is based on Zhao Bao.
Tim! He needs to get you Ohio more often. Ohio Shen move.
Basically, that's what I mean, we're trying to gobble it up.
God, the stuff comes out of your mouth. Nobody else knows this stuff. I've looked up Vice Character Secret, and I cannot find anything.
Yeah.
I tell like my coworkers, people who don't do martial arts, but like I'm afraid to tell anybody. I'm like, I don't tell anybody.
Heaven forbid one of your coworkers understands the right here.
They don't care. Like I don't want to tell some.
No one will be safe.
I don't want to tell anybody woo-woo and have them like know it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, this is supposed to have at home. It's just Chinese. Probably no one's translating.
I've never seen it. I can't find it in English.
Easy.
I call that and stuff like the foot turning when you grind. They call that like secret handshake stuff or secret sauce stuff. Nobody else seems to have it, and you teach it openly. But that's
how I learned it.
Okay.
There are no secrets, just expensive practice.
Yes.
Do my hands do anything when I do this, or do they stay stays with the
No,
foot.
they're just here. Got like a little energy down your hand, right? Same. And then here they do this. Then because you close as you tone it, right? Open, close. Make that circle, roll back. Shift down. Right?
And you said the Taiwanese do something where they push their hips forward?
No, they'll oftentimes drop their knee. They'll do Jing Gong Gong way, like all Taiwanese people can, like, sit like, W sit, like we sit on the ground with your legs out, with your feet are out. I can't do it, like physically, So a lot of times they'll drop, like, I can't do it. They'll almost drop their butt to the ground or their foot like that. I can't, except physically can't do it. Almost every Western I talk can't do it either. It's like genetic. My brother-in-law can still do it. It's like just genetic, right? And they'll like they'll leave it this way instead of this way. So I do it this way. It's not as stable. It looks cool. I mean, you go lower.
You know that squatting butterfly you showed? I can't. I try to get up on my knuckles for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that one's more like the outside of your ankles. And your,
I don't know how.
Yeah. So, you'll see that in the Taiwan version, like they'll kind of drop there. So I'm not a fan, really. I do it, I just keep it straight, like old school style. That's too bad.
And do all these sections end in single width?
And it's simple. I don't know, I never count sections in this one. I don't know. We didn't do good sections.
Okay.
We just did it. Yeah. I mean, it repeats over and over though. Then the next thing, Lazily, the lazy about tying clothes, right? And then there's like a parent, like 16 before closing. Then they do down in. That repeats over and over, like all of it once.
Can we get there?
Yeah.
Was that a duck under, like the cover? Was that like the duck under and the things you were showing us today when you duck under?
There's a couple. This is the original line. So one is your outside, right? You come this way, and you throw them.
Yeah.
And you go flash like that, right? That's an entry one. And then, like you just saw, and maybe on here you throw a hook, right? I throw this one for, cover my head, and you just come this way and push them over. Yeah. So they do it around their head, like a head cover.
Okay.
And you can hit it. Like if you throw a hook, I can go. That's like you do it like a hit, and then the other hand can hit the body or whatever.
We got this far.
So you're here, right? Jing Gong Gong. Open. Now here. So you go here, comes in, then you step back, block. Here, your hip stops, and your ribs do that. Your hip can't turn. Here, palms this way. This is by your ribs. Right? But then, let's do that again, that's complicated. So, here, lazy about tying the clothes, Jai. Then, 16 before closing. Open, then you go back, toast them up, close, open again. Right? So the central always steps. You see it, the central again. Right, you go like, I think that's where it comes from. So, and then you end up, they do it in the old form, you finish here, you do single whip. In the Zhao Bao form, after you come around like this, right? You bend your wrist, you come back, your elbows come in, and you do, like you squeeze, and then you open again. Then, this is down again, small.
Dude, that is so sweet.
Go. Then you go here, you step up, and Same thing, it's just small. Bambini, which is a little bit to the left.
And do it, my left foot, do I just turn like
Steps
that?
up, yeah, it's a little bit towed out.
Do I just take a step or just turn like that?
Step. Their Bambini is this one, Zhao Bao.
Oh, cool.
Small.
You do it again?
So you have like, some kind of wrist control, right? Truly, you hit this shit. You hit it and you torque it here, and then I push and pull, so raise your wrist, and then you push them on your head.
Okay.
I guess you could hit them too, right? But that's the one. So that's the next. That's all. This is all analogous to in the young style. Pong.
I was gonna ask, would you translate this for me into young?
That's where it comes from, like the old frame.
The sixth ceiling, is there a ward off?
Yeah, the Pong. So.
And so theirs was bigger, and then Young's made it smaller, and then Sun made it smaller?
This is the old frame, the Lao Jia, they do the same thing here. They just don't do this thing again after. So this is the original Pong, you go on, that's where on comes from, down, right? And then in the old frame, you go right to the single whip kind of thing. So the Lazily Tie the Coat is their version of like roll back, and then that's how they do it. Instead of big press like this, not like this. And then you go on, it's this. This is the original version that turned into Pong and Jihan and the Yang Pong, the piece over and over. Lanjia is this. This is a badass stroke. I'm going to throw you like down. So you see this hand movement? This is connection, overhook, and throw. So the classic is I go here, I hip displace, and then I go. You fall right at my base.
Okay.
And then it's important that you can see in the form, once I displace, I can't turn my hip. If you resist and I do this, look, I have no force, right? So once I enter in, I just slide here. Once I turn your hip, watch, I just open my ribs and turn my body, that stays that way. That's why it's very important in the form not to do anything like this. So classic, I go, this is the circle part. Here, I touch here, right? I displace the hip, and then I open my ribs.
And do you want to hang on to this, or you just throw it that way?
Just throw it down. They don't have any hang on at the end. Okay. Yeah. So you can feel there, like just as a drill, if you step behind me, you hand on my chest, right? You know the thing we do, right? Turn your hip and push. Keep turning, push, right? Now, lock your hip. Don't move that at all. Open your ribs and do that. So, here. This, from here. Wow, not from here. So they have a lot of that body motion stuff. So it's kind of like a soldier guy with your foot somewhere. A little bit of displacement, and then they'll fall like right at your base on. You can use it to put you can use it in different positions. That's the classic, right? You can be in whatever position, and you can do it on your hand. I can't do this. So we're wrestling, and I go. Right, feel? It's cool. It's powerful. So you learn how to it's this movement with your upper body. What you have to use, it's really open your ribs. It makes a whole different level of like if I'm here. I'm turning, there's nothing, right? If I lock this and push, it's a little better. But if I lock this and then I open, way more force comes out. They figured that out. It's cool. Remember my first one, I was like, this looks weird. But then when you do it, you go, oh shit, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And then that thing is what we talked about. You come inside, you come under, you can elbow, right? Hit. And then the killer throws, you kind of pull them in. Like that, and then you slam them home and come around flat on their back. It's really hard to take them.
And then do it to me one time safely.
So slow. Again, I'm not doing like this. So I'm here, and then I kind of uproot. You okay? That was slow.
Jeez.
And then at the end, you kind of drop your weight. No, it's.
Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah, it's a back throw.
Dude, that was vicious.
Yeah. And that's like, so I take the weight off my hands at the end. For
Oh
real,
my
I
God.
accelerate down like as you go. Yeah, no, it's
I didn't expect the acceleration. That was
Yeah.
sudden.
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
So those are the, basic ideas, because there's no follow-up, you're supposed to finish it. That would fuck you up on concrete.
Oh my God.
Or like fuck you up on a mat, you but
Yeah.
anyway, that's the idea. But it's that same body method, right? I like displace, lock, and then my upper body brings the force out, like we always talk about. No shifting, rotating, all that.
And that's lazily tied.
That one's the
Okay.
16 force closing. Lazy tying the coat is when you go into the overhook and then you push it.
Okay, push.
Yeah, that's,
And down the end is the,
down being the small, down the end is like that, this lock right. So that's basically that. And then that's a class, again, you can do it from different positions. You can use it to hit, whatever, but that throw is the primary one, right? Some version of ducking under or covering your head, elbow can hit, hand can hit, other hand, and you can throw.
is that kind of the version of tie the coat?
Exactly, it's one of them,
Okay.
right? So, like you say, you throw a hook, right? That'd be the hit version.
Oh, okay.
If I was, like I wasn't looking right. So my hands come up, then.
Okay, those would be
Yeah,
where,
yeah. And if I was behind you, then it's a throw, right? That's the throw.
okay.
And then I could be inside, or if I'm very close to you, if I'm here, I drop my elbow this way, and then you can throw. All those are in fly. And then the throw is there,
Jesus, that was rough, dude.
Yeah.
You really did.
if you did it hard,
Respect.
yeah, if you did it hard, it's really hard. Yeah.
How much time do we have? Go through the.
I mean, lunch was planned for 2, and then you got someone
When are
at
Tim and I
3 to
done?
5, huh?
When are Tim and I done?
Yeah, about a little under now, about an hour.
We have an hour left?
About an hour,
We
yeah.
started at like 11:15, we're like 15, 20 minutes late, 11. So we started about 11:15, 20 after 12, so about an hour.
We have an hour